Hey y'all, welcome to National Sounds of Gospel TV show. I am your host Jamika J, and guess what? We're back. I'm so excited because this season has so much to offer you. You guys are going to be blown out of the water by the artists that we have coming at you, the gospel music that's coming at you, the inspiration that's coming at you, the ministry that's coming at you. And guess what? We're going to start off. Are y'all ready? We're gonna start off with one. And but I'm really loving this, y'all, because see, our names kind of rhyme. So I'm really, really tripping right now. And she's so cool. But are you guys ready? We have an artist that is no stranger to the microphone. She is a Peoria native who is making her mark in the gospel industry. National Sounds of Gospel welcomes to our platform forever and a day National Gospel Recording Artist, Jamika.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is amazing. Look, I'm just gonna start off and say I love your song and I play it an awful lot. So just so you know. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, my biggest saying, and I believe it to the T, is I'm doing well. Can't complain. Wouldn't do me any good if I did anyway. So,
Okay. Look, we already know who's gonna fix it on the other end. So there's
always.
nothing for you to worry about. That's right.
That's
All
right.
is well. All is well. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
Jamika, you got this song that's just like completely off the chain, which I really, really love. But tell us, what age did this all begin for you? When do you think you feel that you were called to the ministry,
Oh, I don't
especially to sing?
singing. I've known since an early age. I was singing in like choirs and doing stage plays and things like that in school from grade school. And then my
Mm,
dad is a pastor, so of course, being active in church was a big thing. Like I always wanted to be part of the choir, so I begged, and then so that I finally got a chance to be in the choir, and then from there I went to directing the choir, to helping on praise and worship, to leading praise and worship. So it's just been something that's been growing over the years, and singing for sure. I've always known I wanted to do. Ministry is a whole nother bear because
it sure is. That's
when
why I had to separate the two.
ministry is most definitely a whole nother bear. To be honest, I mean, sometimes I still wrestle with it. Like, are you sure this is what I'm supposed to be doing? But when I wasn't doing it, I didn't feel complete. So I do know I'm in the area I'm supposed to be. I'm just waiting to see where
Mhm.
he takes me.
Ah, it's exciting, especially because I most definitely understand being called at a young age to sing. I remember being in the third grade, and I was, they dubbed me the grandma of the choir because I can get those hey all up in there, you
Yes.
know. No, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew, there was something in me that wanted to come out. But,
Hmm.
being a PK's kid, most definitely, girl, look, it's in your DNA. Like your soul was already ready for this.
Right. Just
So,
snatched it.
so now it's like, let me out, let me out, let me out. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
so cool. So who are your musical influences? Like who inspired
Number one is going to be Daryl Coley. That's his songs were probably the first solos I used to do in church.
you? Yeah.
And then I'm a big fan of Kelly Price, and probably my girl crush, artist crush, would be Layla Hathaway all day.
The girl is bad.
Yes,
The
she
girl,
is,
yeah,
with a
she's
capital B.
with a capital B, with a capital A, with a capital D
Yes,
D D.
all of that, all of
The
that.
girl is
Yes,
bad.
yes.
So, okay, now if you were to choose anybody, in the industry, out of the industry, like celebrity wise, especially in music, I bet you may have just answered this, but who gets you starstruck?
Most definitely Layla Hathaway. And I'd probably be a little starstruck if I ran into Mary because my sister, my younger sister, she sings as well. So back in the day, we always sang. When I did duets with her, it was always Mary, and if I did a solo, it was always Daryl Coley. So yeah.
Well, then see. I think you just answered my other question then, because who would you choose if it was anybody in the industry? Who would you actually do a duet with? Like, if you had have you had a choice? Who would you like to do a duet with?
Oh my goodness. I can only pick one. Um,
No, you can pick many.
I most definitely would love to do something with uh, Mary Mary. But honestly, I love Kelly's vibe. I think voice wise, I might be able to match as far as like, vibing with her. As far as
Right.
level, that's a whole another thing. But I think probably sharing the stage or doing a duet with her would be awesome.
That would be,
Like I said.
So see, speak those things as though they were.
Yes.
So you'll be doing a duet pretty soon with Kelly
Hey, I'm
Price.
all about it, man.
Okay.
Everything
So
she knows.
now, okay, I mean, she's bad. She really is. And then her spirit is
Yeah.
so genuine. It is so, like, I love watching her on Sunday's Best and just listening to how she speaks to the contestants, but you see more the ministry just coming out. She'll just, it's like a pure angel spirit, it's an angelic spirit. So I can see you two like killing a song together.
That would be
That
awesome.
would be that would be awesome. Yeah, we need to make that happen. Like, for real, for real.
You
We're gonna be
said
talking
nothing
about
but
that
the
real
word.
soon.
You call me,
Okay.
I'm there.
Be like,
Probably after
Jamika,
I can't talk for about 5 minutes. Like, no, this is not really
we're gonna,
happening.
we're gonna give you 5 minutes. It's just gonna be like, it's gonna be a few minutes. You're gonna be singing with Kelly Price. So now, in the industry, now that you're in it, and now that you're flowing as a singer and a songwriter, like, when you're writing songs, like, is it from an experience that you're writing? Like, how is your writing, the creativity, when you're in that creative space, how is that coming together to turn into songs like Grateful?
To be honest, it's I'm still really learning that process because um, When Life Hurts, the album When Life Hurts, where Grateful comes from, was really something I never even thought was going to happen.
Mm.
It was a bunch of prayers that I had put in this prayer journal, and the two songs I had before I even thought album was With All of My Heart and True Freedom. And that was just something that had, just came to mind while I was just kind of in my car, and these harmonies came to, and so I wrote to it. But I never really did anything with them outside of making music. And then if I did like a performance somewhere, I got a chance to showcase something that I wrote. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the creative part of it honestly came through a lot of the pain that I was dealing with at that time. So I would say most definitely, as far as right now, and based off everything that has come out of me at this point, is most definitely off of experience, off of things I was going through, off of conversations that I had with God that just kind of birthed into something melodic.
Mm.
So
You see how God works, though.
yeah, in
I mean,
mysterious ways. I'm still
I mean,
amazed right now.
for real. Yeah, because it's just like, especially when you're hurting, and they tell you, if you listen to these coaches and stuff on all these music shows, they tell you to reach from somewhere where it may have been pain and grab that and use that to move within the song. And it's something, when you do write, you know the feeling that you get when writing, then you can't stop writing. And then once you see it down there, then you start to you hear the melodies. Like, I can hear a melody, I can't play with the lick. you know I'm good with When the Saints Go Marching In, that you learned when you were little.
I got
We
chopsticks for you.
we can put this together. We put When the Saints Go Marching In with your
Oh,
chopsticks, and I think we got a song. We're gonna
we got
talk
a whole
about that.
remix.
Yeah, Tamika and Jamika, the
Bet.
Mikas, are gonna
Hmm.
come out with a remix of When the Saints Go Marching In. I'm gonna hold
Oh,
you to that.
oh my goodness.
Still gonna hold you to that. Being in the industry now, if there was a new artist that came across you, or you saw something new or saw someone new and you liked their vibe, what would you tell them to, about the industry and how to maneuver through coming into this space?
Most definitely, the first thing that I've learned at this point, because I'm still fairly new, is surround yourself with good people. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody actually believes in you. Their mouths may say one thing, but they could be in the background doing things to sabotage you. So, most definitely, keep your circle small, and most definitely keep it with people that you can trust and that you know really and truly love you, and will support you in the ups and the downs. And coming from somebody who has, the first song I ever wrote was 10 years ago, and that very song that I wrote is on an album that just got released back in 2019, and then COVID happened. So you're like, oh,
Mhm.
what's going? It can be a battle, it can be a fight. But if you feel and you know that this is where God called you, then everything is going to happen with His timing, and that just keep pushing. Because as you get up there in age, you had these dreams when you were younger. You never think, oh, okay, well, I'm this age now, so this may not be really what I mean, I had the dream, but maybe that's not where God is taking me. But it's like, oh, after all these years, this is where